Hello, my name is Sharon Vickery. I'm with Rotary Club of Des Moines, and today our interview is with Amber Hoffman. Hello, thank you for joining us
today.
Thanks
for having me.
Really appreciate it. Good to see you again.
You too.
Could you please state your name for us and current involvement with Rotary?
I'm Amber Hoffman, and my current involvement is right now I'm club president. Took over actually a year before my actual presidency because I was so excited that Erna was going to be my governor. But for Centerville, and then I'm also the district outbound coordinator for our Youth Exchange program.
So full plate.
Very full plate.
Lots of fun. Thank you for your contributions. How long have you been involved with Rotary, and what first attracted you?
I've been involved with Rotary in the roundabout sphere since I was born. So my family are not Rotarians, but I knew of Rotary as part of our community. But officially, I've been part of Rotary since 2002 was my training year, and then my outbound year to Germany as a youth exchange student with our district was 2003, 2004. So we're coming up on 16 years.
So talk to us a little bit about your exchange, the Youth Exchange. There might be some folks that aren't familiar with what Rotary does in that area and what that really means to students that have that opportunity.
So our Youth Exchange program within Rotary is very much a true exchange. We try to make it that way where you want to go to spend abroad a year, you're going to as a student, so you'll go to say Germany or France. We're exchanging, so another student will come from that country into our district for the year, and then you go to school, you learn the language, you learn that culture, and then you come back and hopefully you take what you've learned into college or back into high school and share it, and then continue to grow throughout your college and your career.
What has been your most memorable experience to date with Rotary?
This was hard for me to think about. I think it's changed over the years. Earlier I probably would have said it was my year abroad, learning that new language, meeting my family over there. But now for me it's more, it's that service. Being part of that youth exchange committee that we have in our district is so rewarding. It's not so much the reward of me, it's the gratification of my kids going abroad. But they've trained them. They've enjoyed it. They're growing as individuals and students, and when they come back, they're just vibrant people. They're no longer kids. They're young adults, and they just glow because they've learned so much. They've matured, and they have confidence. Some of them are very shy when they leave. Not that that's a bad thing, but they are very introverted, or they don't know how to project themselves to the world. But when they come back, they're just go-getters. They're just ready to rock and roll.
That's fun to see.
It is.
It's fun to see. What does Rotary, being a Rotarian, mean to you?
A lot. It's kind of a full cycle for me coming through the Youth Exchange program. So I started in our youth services, and going through that experience, being a youth exchange student, then coming back and being part of Rotaracters or our rebound. So we're kind of that in between. We're not youth exchange students anymore because we've done our year, but we're not Rotarians yet. So that middle ground, staying involved with the committee, staying involved in just the service that is Rotary, but getting asked to be a Rotarian was a big deal. So I've officially been a Rotarian for about 6 years now, but that was a big step in terms of just my journey through Rotary. It was like, I'm here. In terms of now I can give more back. Not that I didn't feel that I was giving back as a Rotaracters or working with the Exchange Committee, but it was more of the fact that I think I had a bigger platform, better leverage of where and how I could give back than as a Rotaracters could.
So we were talking a little bit earlier about your manager of a business in your community.
Yes.
And so how do you take what you've learned or gained through Rotary and apply it to your work, or I'll leave it at that?
I think I use it in the sense that everybody comes with their life. There's obstacles and whatever, but it's that human connection as a Rotarian, that no matter if we're speaking another language or if we're just neighbors down the street, we have bad days, we have good days. So it's just finding that middle ground. Okay, what is the object today? You know, what can I do to help? I might have a bad day. I need you to do this. And it's finding that balance of communication, of working with each other. Just, okay, this is our goal today. You know, we might have a big thing that we have to do tomorrow, but that's tomorrow. So what can we do today? How can we make the day good? How can we make the business better? Just, you know, we have all those moments, and, you know, that's why we have colleagues. They pick us up, we carry them. So it's that community work again.
Absolutely. And the 4-way test is a great application too. How might the world look different without Rotary?
I think we would be very far behind in terms of especially polio. I'm not saying another organization might not have picked it up, but because we were at the forefront of it and we jumped at that opportunity, we are where we are with polio. We're still working on it. We still have to. We can't leave that behind. I also think we forget that we were integral with the United Nations in that work. So we're at the forefront of those big political decisions, not being political, but we have a voice. We have a way to promote that peace, promote that service. So not having that organization within the world, I think we would be trugging along. Somebody else might have stepped in here, somebody else, but because we've been so integral in so many avenues, we've kind of been able to make things move a little faster and get things done. And we have the players, which is nice.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need the players and the team working like a team. So a little turn on that particular question. How might Rotary look different without women?
Again, that's hard to fathom. We haven't been in it long, but we, as women, we're passionate, we're driven. We get the work done, not that the men don't, but we're in there, we're willing to get nitty and gritty and do that work. But I think also, I don't know where we would be with education. I don't know where we would be on maternal health and child care, even water. Some of our main areas of focus, I don't know how far we would be pushing those boundaries and moving those opportunities without us in the background or even at the forefront that we are now. So it would be happening. But I don't think it would be moving at the pace that it is now.
Yeah, I agree. What do you think Rotary will look like in the future?
This is exciting. We've got a new impetus of growth within Rotary. Having the opportunity to go to now, this will be my 4th international convention. The youth that is coming, and I'm not talking like young youth. We get our Youth Exchange students, and we're talking our Rotarians and our Rotaracters, but our young professionals are just jumping at the opportunity to be a part of this organization. And so seeing our Rotarians and our Youth Exchange students and our Rotecs, our Rotaracters and our Interactors coming up through the ranks and wanting to be Rotarians and having all those skills that we've taught them and all those skills that they've taught us, I can't imagine what they're gonna do in peace, in water, in conflict resolution, in maternal health, in education. We have them. We just need to keep them. And what they're gonna do with the program is, I can't even imagine. It's so exciting.
So the message that you want to give to young Rotarians like yourself and future Rotarians, what would that message be?
I would say our youth, in whatever fashion that is, if that's our young professionals, if it's our interactors at high school, if it's our Rotaracters, our young professional classifications, cultivate that relationship. Enjoy what they're bringing to it, and share something that you've learned from Rotary, and they'll share something back, because we need them in terms of the growth, but they need us as well. They need our wisdom. I'm learning constantly from my Rotarian friends, going, oh, Amber, that was not a good decision. Or that was great, but maybe, so it's that interpersonal connection and just listening and communicating and jumping at every opportunity to do whatever we want to do in service. If that's, again, maternal health, education, water, do it. That's what it is.
That's a good message.
Yeah.
Thank you very
You're
much
very
for your
welcome.
contributions.
Thank you. Hi, I'm Amber Hoffman, and Rotary to me is a lot of things, but I think right now in my life it's about our youth, keeping them involved, and if that's with RILA, Youth Exchange, Interact, Rotaract, Rotext, getting them involved at the young age in the Rotary world and bringing them up through the ranks to become Rotarians, to become those service leaders and business leaders that we need is a great impetus for our program and our clubs and internationally. So that's keeping our youth involved is probably the best and up for the growth of Rotary.
And so I think Rotary facilitates those conversations, sending people abroad and giving them that experience to learn what this other is all about, and seeing that we're not all that different. I think, the fight against polio would look completely different. I don't know where we would be without Rotary in that endeavor. And I also don't know